Investors and consumers alike are dealing with the passing of Steve Jobs. Jim, what was your reaction when you found out?
Well, we all knew that he was very sick, and it was very well telegraphed. But the reaction is that, here's the greatest inventor of our time, the greatest wealth creator, the greatest creator of jobs, the greatest sense of style, greatest sense of retail. It's almost like he had like 5 or 6 qualities that most people only have one of. And he's not really a business figure. He's kind of larger than a big business figure. I tend to put him in the pantheon of not just the Carnegies and the Edisons and the Sam Waltons and the Fords, but more of like the Beethovens and the Mozarts, and more like the great artists. I mean, he's like, Matisse, Cézanne, who recognized that Impressionism was the way to go, and the split with realism. I just want to do that because it's just not enough to talk about the idea that maybe he was John D. Rockefeller. Or Rockefeller dug a hole in the ground, got oil, and cornered the market. There's more to it than what Jobs is uniquely successful.
So what can other CEOs learn from him? I mean, what can we really take away from him?
I think he's about all business. One of the things he didn't give a lot of speeches. He did that famous Stanford address, which I still think everyone should go read. It's online. He didn't beg Washington. He didn't need Washington's help.
Right.
He didn't bemoan. He focused uniquely on business. I know you were up at the Apple store. I mean, he picked that glass out at the Apple store on Fifth Avenue. Every detail was his. That's why it's one of the reasons why Tim Cook's going to have such a hard job, because the level of detail, the level of imagination, these are all. It's very hard to imagine not having 5 CEOs who can do. I mean, the idea that there's one man that could do all this is very daunting. Even though I'm sure if Tim Cook was picked by Jobs, he's going to be the next best. But the drop off between Jobs and the next best is so huge.
I think we saw that in the presentation on Tuesday, that Tim Cook was using other executives to help him sort of power through. Do you think that he'll be able to provide value for Apple and really continue this?
I don't know.
Beauty?
I think the main point is that Jobs thought about what to do for a long time, and I think that the Apple iPad 3 and 4 are probably on the drawing board with Jobs' ideas, and Cook, I think, can execute that. And Apple, the iPhone 6, I'm sure, is on the drawing board. And again, I think that Cook could be an excellent implementer. And given the fact that they have Jobs' blueprint that I understand from my work and my sources, I think that one more legacy will be that he thought about 2014 and 2015. I think we should leave it at that. I think he's pretty good.
All right, so definitely a longer legacy for Steve Jobs.
Definitely.
Thanks, Jim.